Assalamualaikum, my name is Siti Nushaira. I will present about the abstract, introduction, and objective of the communication in organizational behavior. Speech is the language ability that has been used allows the speaker and the listener to be involved in communicating either orally or by typing. It aims to transfer and share information and build relationship among individuals over a long period of time. As everyone knows, the most common and global language is English. Every organization that should be achieved in communication within the organization that reflects levels that is in different hierarchies within the same organization. For every among employees as well as communication between high levels that are in different hierarchies within the same organization. Communication as an element of organizational behavior is viewed through the group level as an independent variable. Communication is the way to coordinate action and achieve a goal. It is justified in dictionary as a process of exchanging information between individuals through a system of symbols, sign, or the same behavior. Four main functions in the organization, including coordination, sending and receiving information, and emotional sharing, as well as the feeling of an individual. All these functions are important to achieve a successful and effective organization. Coordination is the effort in organization to have everyone work toward a common goal and achieve something needed. In fact, sending information is also the most important part of this process. There is one thing that can be clarified, such as sharing information and feeling that can bind the team and can also unite the people during something like a crisis, in solving problem, event, celebration, and so on. If it is effective and done correctly, this communication is effective in helping people understand the issue. All information can be exchanged with the other people many times every day in person life, no matter through phone, email, letter, and anything that come from private or open conversation. This communication is objective to achieve goals and ambition that needs to influence the way of business and individuals so that they can communicate with someone such as customer, employees, or other stakeholders. Therefore, the objective of developing certified to communicate in the workplace can set and adhere to consistent standard for every interaction. It can come in many forms such as conversation, writing statement, marketing campaign, or any other strategy to convey information. Creating objective before communicating can help a business or individual develop a strategy that guide the content of each instance of communication. This can help them achieve their goals efficiently. We have a full objective that we would like to achieve in this writing. For the first one, why are people always misunderstanding or in communication? The second, how can communication be a common issue nowadays? For the third one, what should we do if we face the issue of the communication barriers? For the fourth, how communication can impact the organization? That's all from me. Thank you.
So many issues in our communication daily. It is including communication issue at home or working place. I will explain 6 identification issue based on result from article readings. As well as we know communication is important aspect of group connection. There are several ways to transmit message from the sender to the recipient and vice versa during communication. In this article, it will cover communication issue. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurshada binti Azhar. Let's we go for the first point. First is culture barriers. Culture barriers prevent people from different culture from effectively communicating and work with each other. Culture barriers can be caused by difference in language, belief, or values. How do culture factors affect communication? Culture can affect how people communicate in different ways. For example, it may affect communication style in aspects as words, gesture, and language use. Not only that, culture can also affect how people deliver information and their attitudes towards conflict. My second identification issue are language barriers. Before that, what are language barriers? Basically, language barriers is a difficulty for people communicating because they speak different language. Language barriers usually occur when two people who speak different language cannot understand one another, and there is a breakdown in language and communication. They can also come from physical language disability, which is include stuttering, articulation disorder, and hearing loss. Third point is filtering. Filtering refers to a sender purposely manipulating information, so the receiver will see it more favorably. A manager who tells his boss what he feels, the boss want to hear is a filtering information. What are the effects of filtering in communication? Screening message and filtering information can have a dramatic impact on the quality of office communication. When staff filter and screen message or information, their action can lead to miscommunication, confusion, and inefficiency in the workplace. Filtering can be intentional, or unintentional process. Fourth is emotion. Emotion also referred to as emotional or psychological barriers. Mental barriers can manifest in our thought or opinions, feeling or attitude towards others. They are often driven by fear. For example, fear for failure, fear of the unknown. It can be verbal or non-verbal and can occur with or without self-awareness. Emotional expression include facial movement like smiling, simple behavior like crying, laughing, or saying thank you, and more complex behavior like writing a letter or giving a gift. Is workplace conflict also lead to barriers to effective communication. For example, unresolved disagreement can hide efficient communication and impede harmonious working relationship. Even though some conflict can be productive, people may miscommunication as a result of the unresolved disagreements, which may not be in organization best interest. This could endanger crucial businesses operation and significantly damage the working environment. These barriers between employees can be overcome by swiftly resolving workplace dispute. Last but not least, attitude barriers are behavior or perception that prevent people from communicating effectively. Attitude barriers to communication may result from personality conflicts, poor management, and resistance to change or lack of motivation. Example of attitude barriers include stereotyping. People sometimes stereotype those with disabilities, assuming their quality of life is poor or that they are unhealthy because of their impairments. Example of attitude barriers is assuming co-workers with disability have a poor quality of life or unhealthy. Seeing disability as a personal tragedy, as something that needs to be cured or prevented, or as an indication of the lack of ability to behave as expected in a society.
Hi, I'll be presenting about issue discussion and analysis. In this article, the author discusses various barriers to effective communication and emphasizes the importance of overcoming them for successful interpersonal communication in both personal and professional settings. First is cultural barriers. In this article, highlight that cultural differences can significantly affect communication. People from different cultural backgrounds have distinct ways of expressing themselves through language, gestures, and symbols. Culture also gives rise to prejudice and ethnocentrism and manners and opinions. This can lead to misunderstanding and impact ineffective communication. To overcome cultural barriers, an author suggests team building activities which can help create an understanding and appreciation of diverse cultural perspectives. Team building is the best platform to encourage employees to communicate between each other because in order to work together, team need to exchange ideas. In the process of developing the idea, the member can understand how other people interact with the situation or problem. Besides that, in article Stahl and Magnevsky from 2021, in the article mentioned that diversity culture in an organization can lead to greater variety of ideas and opinion and also develop different problem-solving styles. This can affect greater creativity and also increase team performance. For analysis part, cultural barriers are indeed critical in today's globalized world where individuals from diverse cultural background often interact. The lack of cultural awareness and sensitivity can lead to misinterpretations, stereotypes, and even conflict. By promoting cultural understanding and encouraging open discussion, organization can create an inclusive and collaborative environment where team members can effectively communicate and work together. As an organization, by taking the time to learn about their staff culture and how it affects their communication, they can avoid misunderstanding and build better relationship. This might take a long journey, but an organization need to develop a kind of perspective that every person with a different culture has the same value in the organization, so the employees will feel equal and appreciated. This equality feel might translate into a more effective working environment. Let's look at the language barriers part. Language differences including varying dialects and accents. It can hinder clear communication. Language barriers can affect a company's communication in a few different ways such as lost messaging. Internal communication in all levels of the organization can be negatively impacted due to different language spoken between management and employees. Besides that, both external and internal shareholders of an organization might suffer because of the miscommunication that develop from the language barriers. Last but not least, language barriers among customer-facing employees can affect an organization's ability to provide a high level of service. Let's look into the analysis part. Language barriers can be one of the most prominent slowly and clearly ask for clarification if needed. In an organization, while many people may be competent in the second language they are working in, hiring a professional translator can help clear up mistake and communication. This is a good tool if you are working on more complicated ideas. Translators can help where words and or attempts at understanding one another fade. Translator also need to be employed to translate the most important document in the office. This can include company policies, benefits, detail, or new rules you are enforcing. This can help employees to understand more about the organization and encourage them to work effectively once they understand the organization setting. Workplace conflict. Unresolved conflict can impede communication and damage working relationships, leading to miscommunication and negative consequences for the organization. Generally, there are two kinds of workplace conflict. First is when people's idea, decision, or action relating directly to the job are in opposition, or when two people just don't get along. The latter is often called a personality clash. For analysis part, workplace conflict are common in any organization, but addressing them promptly and constructively is vital for maintaining a healthy work environment. Encouraging open dialogue and implementing conflict resolution strategies can help prevent communication breakdowns and foster a positive atmosphere, such as listening to all parties involved and focus on each person's account.
Hello, I will continue with the next issue. The next issue is filtering. Filtering information refers to the manipulation of information during its transmission from the sender to the receiver. This filtering can be either intentional, where individuals purposefully manipulate information to serve their interests, or unintentional, occurring naturally in hierarchical organization. The article highlights that filtering is influenced by the internal environment, such as personal problem and internal element within the organization. Okay, for the analysis part, filtering happen due to both internal and external factors. Internally, people may have personal problem leading them to manipulate information. Externally, hierarchical structure can distort information as it moves through level. To address this barrier, we must understand intentional and unintentional filtering, promoting open and transparent culture to encourage free communication without fear. Using effective tools like email, chat can enable direct and clear exchange. Encouraging cooperation and reducing hierarchical barriers also improve information flow and decision making. By addressing this factor, organization can create an environment of clear and honest communication, leading to better efficiency overall. Okay, next, emotion. Emotion play a significant role in organizational dynamic, but they are often overlooked in communication. Strong emotion can cloud rational thinking, making it hard for employees to make objective decisions that benefit both themselves and the organization. Emotion also impact how employees interpret and respond to communication, leading to misunderstanding, especially when fear and anxiety are present. For the analysis part, emotional state can lead to misinterpretation and conflicts among team members. Prolonged negative emotion can harm employees' well-being and productivity, leading to burnout and reduced job satisfaction, affecting the organization overall performance. To overcome these emotional barriers, organizations should recognize and address emotion in communication. Empathetic leadership, active listening, and support create a healthier work environment, helping employees navigate their emotion and communicate effectively. The last issue is attitude barrier. The article mentioned that attitude can hinder effective communication, particularly when employees are not receptive to information being conveyed by their fellow colleagues. The issue is about how negative attitude hinder effective communication at work. When employees show disinterest or disrespect toward their colleague, it creates a toxic environment that hamper communication. This can lead to misunderstanding, reduce collaboration, and lower productivity. Moreover, the negative attitude can negatively impact employee engagement, well-being, and behavior, causing stress and burnout. For the analysis part, negative attitude pose a significant challenge in the workplace, affecting productivity and teamwork. They lead to a toxic environment, making communication difficult. Employees may interrupt others or show disinterest, causing misunderstanding. To address these barriers, organizations must prioritize building a positive work culture. Training on effective communication and emotional intelligence can help improve attitude. Encouraging open dialogue, resolving conflict promptly and providing support and recognition will foster better communication and job certification. By overcoming the attitude barriers, organization can create a more harmonious workplace, boosting engagement and overall performance.
In conclusion, organization require effective communication. Effective communication is a crucial element in both personal and professional relationship, whether at home or work. Overall, communication is essential for organization success. It is the process by which information is shared and understood between individuals and groups within the organization. Effective communication helps to coordinate activities, build relationships, and achieve goals. There are many different types of communication in organization. These include formal communication, such as meeting and report, and informal communication, such as hallway conversation and social media. Each type of communication has its own advantage and disadvantage. Communication can be a challenge in organization. There are various barriers that can impede successful communication. These barriers include cultural differences, language obstacle, filtering, selective perception, emotion, workplace conflicts, and attitudes difference. Now we go to the recommendation. There are numbers of things that organization can do to overcome communication issues. This includes staff and employer who needs to be clear and concise. When communicating, make sure that the message is clear and easy to understand. Do not use jargon or technical terms that your audience may not understand. Other than that, always be honest and transparent. For example, if the employee is not sure about something, be honest and say so and don't try to sugarcoat the truth. That behavior might cause a mess. And next, all employees should always be open to feedback. Be willing to listen to feedback from your colleagues and use it to improve your communication skill and be respectful even if you disagree with someone. On the organization side, organizations should promote cultural understanding and encourage open discussion about cultural difference. This can help to reduce misunderstanding and build trust between team members from different cultures. Other than that, organizations should provide language training to help employees communicate effectively with colleagues from different linguistic backgrounds. This can help to break down language barrier and improve communication within the organization. Moreover, organizations should encourage open dialogue and a culture of trust and respect. This can help to create an environment where employees feel comfortable communicating openly and honestly, even when there are disagreements between the employee. Now we move to the next point. An organization also should implement conflict resolution strategy to help resolve dispute in constructive and respectful manners. This can help to prevent communication breakdown and promote a positive work environment. Last but not least, organizations shall keep providing training in communication skills. This can help employees to develop their communication skills and become more effective communicators. Moreover, try to create open and supportive communication channels. This means providing employees with multiple ways to communicate, such as face-to-face meeting, email, and instant messaging. Thank you.